It's been about 4 months, if I'm not mistaken. Around 4 months. Probably maybe about 3 months, but let's just say approximately 4 months since the last time I drove this car. The car has been sleeping. I've been busy driving other ones, and of course, after rebuilding the white ST, I had to suspend driving every other car to drive that one to cover or to do the engine braking, which has been concluded. So I was like, you know what? Um, Let me bring up this car and see how what I've been missing. And today being 5th of July 2025, yes, I really realized what I've mixed so far while I've been out of the car. So this video is just to remind you guys why you need to buy a Peugeot 607, if possible, or especially the facelifted model, which is 2005. No, 2000, is it 2005 to 2010 or 2004? Try to remember. I think it's 2004, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think it's 2004 to 2010 or thereabouts. Anyway, you get the picture. So, yeah. So, there are a lot of things people will say when it comes to Peugeot 607. All you need is go online. You hear a lot of horrible tales and the rest. Trust me, ignore all those crap. Doesn't mean some of them don't actually experience some of those things, but some of them are actually caused by the users. Notwithstanding, what I will tell you is this. The best thing that happened to me is this car. I could start by saying, if you can, go for the facelifted model for quite a number of reasons. One of them is the electrical system was improved on the facelifted one. Now the pre-facelift, yeah, there are times where they tend to misbehave electrically. You could say sometimes they will just crash. The electrical system will crash. For example, some users who must have experienced, I'm talking about the Z8, they must have experienced where the car will all of a sudden the two signal lights, direction light will start blinking, two of them at the same time. Even though there was no driver's input, or no, the driver did not put them on, they just start blinking. Yeah. So most Z8 users probably, or some, would have experienced that. So that's one of the issues that tend to come with that Z8. Another one is sometimes what's it called? If your Z8 has an ESP, it has an ESP system, which is electronic stability program. What tends to happen is, when that system is faulty, not all the time, I'm not saying every time ESP is faulty, but the ABS the ESP works with ABS system for that Z8, almost every other Peugeot car. But for that model of 607, you could be driving, all of a sudden the car will apply brake by itself. Just because for some reasons you just be that all of a sudden, if you are not careful, so another car will hit you behind or something. It will just move and apply brake to a stop. So like I said, it's an issue that comes with that kind of model of Z8. Not everybody will experience that. I honestly don't actually know the cause of that issue, but I know it can be solved. Anyway, what else? I want to state out some of the things why I prefer you go for Z9, which is the facelifted model, because we experience all these things I mentioned. Another one that the Z8 tends to do is, you could park your vehicle, all of a sudden the headlight will come up on its own. your ignition is not on, your engine is not running, even though your battery is still connected, your light will come off and stay on its own. So which is BSI related issue anyway. So um, you know, I just so you could say, oh, I'm kind of trying to justify, or actually, it's not necessarily just justification. You know, I'm proving what I'm saying is that proving what those people that are complaining or have negative things to say about 607 have been saying. So, like I say, yeah, I understand some of those issues, but some can be solved. But if you can, get the Z9, because, like I said, those issues were eliminated or sorted out in the Z9, which is what I'm saying, 2004 to 2010. So, which is my type, the one I showed you now. This is the best car you could ever have. One of the best cars you could ever have. Doesn't mean it doesn't have his issues. It does, just like every other person. He does, not it. Because this car is masculine, all round, and nothing about femininity or stuff like. It's just a masculine car. So, if you must be Z8, let me put it away. One advantage Z8 has, which is the first one model, or the earlier model of 607, you have the option of V6 manual for that model. I also have the option of getting 2.0 607, which comes only in manual. So that's the advantage of going for that Z8. And unlike the Z9, you don't have that option for the V6. There is only automatic, whether it's diesel or petrol V6, they're all automatic, no manual. But for the Z8, which is the earlier 607, you can go for automatic, V6, all of them, they all have automatic except the 2.0. I'm talking about the petrol now. I can't confirm whether the 2.0 diesel in 607 phase 1 has automatic. Probably it does, but the petrol has only manual. So you could go for that. Now there's one Z8 that you hardly suffer all these things I mentioned, like the braking issue. The ones that do not come with ESP, yeah, they do exist. There's one EW12, the one that has a 2.2 liter engine, 607, manual. This car was so basic. In fact, if I was not into automatic, no, if I was not into performance, if I was not into V6, I probably would have gone for that one. No ESP, no electric seat control, nothing. Almost everything was like manual. Even the car was also manual transmission, 2.2. It was just a fun car. That is the best. So you hardly have all those issues that I just mentioned. So because it has less electrical system, or less gadgets, kind of. All these gadgets is what usually crashes the control modules, which could also be caused by an abuse, which will mess up these modules. Now for the Z9, like I said, the automatic is good, 6-speed for the V6. The 4-speed 2.2 Z9, the facilitated model, also still has 4-cylinder, I meant. It also has the 4-speed automatic in Z9, which is the facilitated model. So if you want automatic, personally go for the V6. Forget about that 4-cylinder automatic. The 4-cylinder I like. In fact, it's only one 4-cylinder anyway for petrol. I love that 2.2 because you have the option of 6-speed manual for the facilitated model. I love that particular car. If you can get it, basically it will be a fun car for you. Avoid the automatic one. Don't like that gearbox, not because it's 4-speed. It's not the best the most durable gearbox Peugeot produced, automatic anyway. So you are better off with the 6-speed automatic, which you get only in 6-speed. What's it called? The V6. Um, Diesel might have. I think there's one 2.0 liter diesel that has 6-speed automatic. If I'm not mistaken. Can't remember exactly, but I'm talking about petrol engines. This car is just good. Yeah, where do you want me to start? If you are traveling with this car, this is where you enjoy this car. When you are in a journey, it's big, it's massive, everything you throw inside the boot is to swallow it. It's comfortable, well stable on the high speeds. Trust me, this car is just... The only thing I will tell you, okay, if you are going for the V6 Z9, one thing, I don't, maybe it's only mine that does that every once in a while. It has a pivoted suspension, it's electronically controlled, the shock absorbers. So what tends to happen sometimes, all of a sudden, it will lose that firmness. It will become very soft, as if the shock absorbers are all there. Then you might park the car, start it, or I don't know, all of a sudden you notice that it has become firm again. So I don't know what's causing it on mine. I'm suspecting maybe a ground connection issue. I've not been able, because there was a time my fan, ignition, radiator fan, engine cooling fan did that same thing. Eventually it was the ground supply that was rusted, so I was able to remove it, clean it up, and started working. So I was suspecting it could be a ground issue. That's why it's having that partial communication. Sometimes it works, sometimes it disconnects. So I've not been able to detect where they have a ground connection inside the cars. I know one or two is in the engine bay. I'm yet to check the boot. Maybe the boot one day I'll just pull everything out and see if I can find some of those ground points on the brake. Otherwise, if it continues or stays more constant on the softer side of the suspension or the shock absorber, I may have to convert it to manual shock absorber, which is the 4-cylinder one. But then you lose that performance side of the V6 607. But if you can live with that, not as all this, yours will be doing the same thing. You have the option of converting it to the 4-cylinder shock absorber, and you won't have that problem. But me, I'm still trying to say, I believe it's something I can still fix. 607 is a very good car, trust me. I've owned this car for how many years now? No problem, same engine. Though I've converted the car to 6-speed manual transmission, not because the automatic transmission it came with was giving me problems, but you guys know me, I'm not into automatic, so I had to get rid of it. There's nothing, everything, same fuse box, same fuses. I mean, come on guys, this car is very good. This car is very good. I don't know. So the paint has started fading. Of course, you can see from the roof, yeah, the boot, but the sides are okay. But actually, at some point, yeah, I'll consider to repaint the car. But who cares, man? The car is just fantastic. Okay, so I'm just giving you reasons why you should own a 607. You may not really want to, go with some of those issues I pointed out concerning Z9, no Z8. Even Z9, like I said, it has its own issues, just like every other car. But overall, it's a fantastic car. You just have to own one to understand. So yeah, maybe you will, maybe you will not bother to own one. So whatever it is, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.